right? Shalom to the elect. I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory to whom it rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kwadash. All right, Yah means he, Hawa means to be or exist. All right, so Yahweh means he to be or he exists. All right, Yahweh is the one who the world ignorantly calls God. All right, and Yahweh, right, is not a so-called white man. Okay, Yahweh, you know, he's he's so-called black. All right, so-called black man. All right, Bahasham means in the name. Ba means in, Ha means the, and Shum means name. All right, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Messiah. Okay, Yah means he, Yahweh Shai means save or deliver. So Yahweh Shai means he is the savior. All right, or he is the deliverer. Okay, and if I didn't say it already, Yahweh Shai is the one that the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right, Yahweh Shai also, is a so-called black man. Okay, Bahasham, once again, meaning in the name. Rakha Kwadash, meaning Holy Spirit. Rakha meaning spirit, and Kwadash meaning holy. So I said all the praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, every well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. All right. So, yeah, man, pretty much right here I got a website. All right. And it says exploring the theory that a modern image of, it says Jesus. We know that's not the Messiah's real name. The Messiah's true name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, and he's not a so-called white man. All right, Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man. Okay, but it says exploring the theory that a modern image of Jesus was based on a pope's son. Okay, and on the left you have this widely spread. You have this image that's renowned, man, or it's a lot of people know this image, especially you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians. Okay, you have this in your mind, all right, in your houses, all right, different stickers, and the image, and images like that, of a white, of a white Jesus. Okay, has been portrayed, man, through TVs, television. Okay, it's even in child books. Okay. You even go online and just type in Jesus, look what pops up, man. A so-called white man. You see this? This is not the true image of the Messiah. Okay? And this white image of the Messiah has been, pushed, throughout what? TV, movies, TV shows. All right? You see this? Even in this one is from The Passion. Okay, it's called, the name of the movie is The Passion of Christ, and then you have it even in child books, and this white image is not the true depiction of the Messiah. Okay, you see this, man? Look at this. like stuff like this says Jesus loves the little children. All right. But this image that you see on the left, all right, was actually painted and modeled after this person that you see on the right. Okay, another so-called white man. It's the same person, man. So it says. So let's read it. All right, I want to get down to a certain point. It says when you're looking for a real life model for who they said Jesus Christ, and I just got to read it verbatim. I don't like saying that those words Jesus Christ. I don't like. I'd rather say the Messiah's true name. Okay, but I gotta read it, so in case anybody doesn't know, all right, or in case anybody gets confused, okay. So it says when you're looking for a real life model for Jesus Christ, you'd be hard pushed to think of a less appropriate stand-in for the Prince of Peace than Cesare Borgia. Now Cesare Borgia is the Edomite man, a so-called white man. Okay, and the painting of him is the person on the right of this picture you see. All right. It says one of the most notorious members of Renaissance Italy's most notorious dynasties. The cruel Cesare was thought to be the inspiration for Niccolo. It's lucky if I get certain names wrong here. It says Niccolo Macchi or Machiavelli's satirical handbook for would-be tyrants, The Prince. Here, right here, you see different other whitewashed images. Okay, it says thanks to his father, who became Pope Alexander VI in 1471. All right, so Pope Alexander VI is Cesare Borgia's father. Okay, it says thanks to his father, who became Pope Alexander VI in 1471, Cesare was made a bishop at the age of 15 and a cardinal at the age of 18. At this point in history, the Pope directly ruled over a kingdom that dominated central Italy from its capital of Rome. So he's giving you some background. Okay. Here's another picture of Cesare. Okay. It says, though a rising star in the church, Cesare fancied, which means envisioned, himself a military man. So Cesare man is a wicked man. Okay, he's a wicked man. He thought of himself to be a military man, right? It says, there was one problem, though. His father had chosen that career for his older brother, Giovanni. All right. It says Pope Alexander had appointed his pride and joy Captain General of the Church, the supreme commander of the Papal States' armed forces. And look, there's another image, man. All right. Another white image. Okay. A lot of you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Haitians, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians, all right, y'all would bow to this picture, man. All right, y'all would bow to these white images. But once you hear that the Messiah, once you hear the truth, okay, once you hear that the Messiah, is a so-called, black man, you don't like it, and it's sad. It's sad, man. All right. You don't like the Messiah being a so-called black man, all right? And to some of y'all, especially you Christians, a lot of y'all, when you hear that, you may say, well, color doesn't matter. Well, if it doesn't matter, why do they have to change it? Okay, you're gonna see. We're gonna read to it. All right, it says, coincidentally, in 1497, Captain General Giovanni Borgia, that's Cesare's older brother, was found floating lifelessly in the river Tiber. Okay, so Cesare Borgia's older brother, right, who had the position that Cesare wanted, who was in the position that Cesare, wanted, wished he was in, right, ended up found dead floating in a river. Okay, it says Cesare left the church inheriting his brother's role, titles, and wealth, plus the title of Duke of, I don't know how to say that, Valentinois, as a gift from the Pope's staunch ally, King Louis XII of France. Okay, here's a picture of Giovanni Borgia. All right. It says the family weren't exactly short of enemies in Italy, but some suspect Cesare was behind his brother's end. I wouldn't be surprised, man. The devil, being an Edomite, I wouldn't be surprised if he killed him. Okay. It says perhaps even drawing the blade himself. Further Borgia family drama comes from the fact that both Cesare and Giovanni shared a mistress, Sancha of Aragon, the wife of a third brother, Geoffrey Borgia. A notorious womanizer, Cesare fathered 11 known illegitimate children. Okay, here's another picture of Cesare. All right, it says this palpable warlord. I'm about to get to the point. All right, after these sentences right here. Okay, it says, as palpable warlord, Cesare rampaged across the neighboring Italian states, while at home anyone who stood in his way, including family and friends, was done away with. When his army rebelled against him, Cesare played peacemaker. He agreed to an amnesty and then in bad faith ordered all the ringleaders to be taken care of. Okay? Here's the picture, and it's showing you the explaining the picture, who's in the picture, where they're at. So it says A Glass of Wine with Cesare Borgia by John Collier. From the left, Cesare Borgia. So this person you see here is supposed to be Cesare Borgia. Lucrezia Borgia, their sister, right here in the middle. Okay. And it says Pope Alexander VI. Look at this man. Looking evil as fuck, man. Fucking devil. Okay, it says, and a young man holding an empty glass. This person right here, see him holding the glass? See? It says this very strange idea that one of the modern images of, once again, who they call Jesus, is based on Cesare originally comes from a claim made by the renowned novelist Alexandre Dumas and picked up and expanded upon by biblical theorists. And it said, it was made a claim. The claim was made by this person named Alex, a renowned novelist, so famous novelist. All right. It says the argument goes that Jesus was, or who they call Jesus, was originally depicted as appearing non-European because he was Jewish. So it says, I'm gonna read that part again, but slower. The argument goes that, once again, who they call Jesus was originally depicted as appearing non-European, all right, or not white, all right. It says because he was Jewish and not Jewish, all right. He didn't look like one of those, people, one of those small hats, all right, one of those people who wear the top hats, right, and the long stringy hair claiming to be Jews. He's not one of them, all right. But, Yahweh Shai, is a Jew, all right, because, he comes from the tribe of Judah, okay. In the Hebrew, Judah is Yahweh, okay, which means Yahweh thanks, okay. The water is thank you, and Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, okay. And the tribe of Judah, all right, are the so-called Negroes, all right. And it says the argument goes that, who they call Jesus was originally depicted as appearing non-European or not white, because, appearing not non-European, which, we really know means not white, all right? This is because he was Jewish, all right? And once again, not Ish, right? He's from the tribe of Judah, because you have different paintings, old paintings of him, all right, depicting him as, looking like a so-called black man, all right, which Yahweh Shai, all right, is a so-called black man, okay, and the scriptures describe him that way, all right. Let me just get some different pictures, Russian icons, all right. Let me go to images, all right. Now let's pull up some images here, all right. Vladimir's Antiques, and you see, hold on. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up some real, ancient pictures. These are still some, all right? If you look at a lot of these pictures, man, okay, these pictures, all right, if you look at the real Russian icons, all right, in this book right here, you look online on Amazon, man, it's out. The price is so high, man, all right? No, I wonder why. I wonder why it's so high, man. Esau trying to cover up the truth, all right? Let me just type this in so we can actually get a good picture. All right. This is one of them, okay? All right. This is another one. Supposed to be, Mary and Yahweh Shai, I believe. Okay. This is another one right here. All right. This is more. You see the price. It says $29,000. If you look in the bottom left corner, it says $29,590 to have this, man. Okay. It says St. Nicholas. All right, but let's keep reading, man. Or let's keep looking. Okay. It says rare Russian icons on display in Moscow. And if you look closely, because I can't get a good, clear image, but you see here, all right, that they're black, so-called black in the background. They're dark skin. They're not white. All right. So that's what it means when it says the argument goes that, who they called Jesus was originally depicted as appearing non-European because he was Jewish. All right. So those, original images and depictions of the Messiah, okay, showed that he wasn't a so-called white man. Okay, it showed that he was, so-called black man. All right, it says, look what it says next. All right, I'm reading right here in case you lost track where I'm reading. It says, which did not sit well with the Borgia Pope at the time. You see? So that didn't sit well, all right, because he looked like a so-called black man. That wasn't cool with Pope Alexander VI. That was not cool with him. That did not sit well with him. All right, it says, so in order to create a more European looking, all right, in other words, a more white looking, all right, it says, once again, who they call Jesus. So it says, so in order to create a more European looking or white looking Jesus, Pope Alexander VI commissioned new paintings. Hate saying this J word, man. All right, but it says new paintings of Jesus using his illegitimate son Cesare as their model. Let me just look at that word. All right, commissioned. Okay, I'll come back to that word, submitted. All right, let me look at that word, commission. This is a formal written warrant granting the power to perform various acts or duties. Okay, an authorization or command to act in a prescribed manner or to perform prescribed acts. All right, so it's like a command, pretty much. Okay. So Pope Alexander VI, in order to create a more white-looking, depiction, all right, Pope Alexander VI had an order, all right, that new paintings, all right, were to be made, to once again make a more white-looking, who they call Jesus, and they used Cesare Borgia, all right, as their model, as it says, okay? And once again, Cesare Borgia is person you see on the right, okay? And check this out, man. Check this out. Let's get this picture. Look at that, man. They even facing the same way. You mean to tell me that the one on the left is a model after the one on the right? Look at that, man. The line in the middle of their chin, from their bottom lip to their chin, like, come on, man. They even looking the same way. Come on now, come on. Okay. Let's keep reading. It says he then allegedly ordered the destruction of all art depicting a Semitic Jesus. Okay, so it said he allegedly, ordered the destruction of all art depicting a Semitic Jesus. Let's look at that word Semitic, man. Let's look it up. Gotta look up words. The apostles and others of great millstone teach us to do. Look up words. Semitic, it says of or relating to or constituting a subfamily of the Afro-Asiatic language family that includes Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, and Amharic. So, and it says of relating to or characteristic of the Semites, Jewish. So, we know the real Israelites, or so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, okay? So pretty much, in other words, he at least, supposedly ordered the destruction of all those, Russian or all those, pretty much all those images and depictions, or he pretty much supposedly ordered the destruction of all those depictions, all right, of Yahweh Shai, all right, looking like a so-called black man, which he is, All right, it says, thereby popularizing one of the main enduring images of who they call Jesus we have today. So the theory goes. Now watch this. It says, it's certainly true that images of Cesare Borgia from the period are uncannily similar. Let's look at the word uncannily. Uncannily. Seeming to have a supernatural character or origin, being beyond what is normal or expected. All right. So severe. All right. It says severe punishment, all right, or pretty much more than normal. Okay. So it says it's certainly true that images of Cesare Borgia from the period are uncannily, all right, or what? or pretty much more than normal, similar or more than normally similar to the images, it says of of Christ painted around the same time. Cesare even gazes serenely off canvas in his most famous depiction. You see, and why is it like that's come on, man. They made it after him. Okay, they made they used him as that model as it says, man. Okay, but majority of so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, y'all don't want to hear that, man. Majority of y'all don't want to believe that. Okay, you rather stick to, especially a lot of y'all older ones, especially a lot of you older, elderly, you know, Jakes, in the world. Okay, y'all don't want to let go of this white image. All right, you like the white image, and you don't want to let go of that, man. Okay. I wonder, and once again, I wonder why it's just uncannily similar, man. Because they modeled Cesare, the person you see on the right, or they modeled. Let me restate, they modeled the white depiction of the Messiah, all right? After Cesare Borgia, the person you see on the right in this picture. Okay? It says his friendship with Leonardo da Vinci may have also helped popularize a particular depiction. It says, once again, of Jesus that echoed Cesare's appearance. Inevitably, given Cesare's reputation, they were also rumored to have been lovers. You see that? So, yeah, man. All right? Now, let's see what the scriptures say, okay? Because the scriptures, all right, describe the Messiah as, being a so-called black man, Now, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, starting at verse 12. It says, and I turned to see the voice that spake with me. Okay, and this is the Apostle John, also known as John the Revelator, talking. All right, it says, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. 7 golden candlesticks means something, okay? But, he also saw the menorah, all right? Verse 13, it says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. Now, who's the Son of Man? Yahweh Shai, okay? And Yahweh Shai, once again, is the true name of the Messiah, okay? Not Jesus, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua, not Yeshaya, okay? All right, not Yeshua, Yahweh Shai. That is the true name of the Messiah, okay? It says, clothed with the garment down to the foot and girt about the paps with a golden girdle, all right? Let me just see something real quick. Okay. So he pretty much, how you see the brothers out there on the highways and byways, okay, with a garment reaching all the way down to their feet, So the apostle, for example, matter of fact, let me just pull something up real quick. Revelation 1 verse 13. Revelation 1 and 13. I got these white images up here. Put Yahweh Shai next to it. All right, so you can see, all right. So this is the one thing we're not saying the Messiah. All right, we're not saying Yahweh Shai looks exactly like this depiction here, but it's just a depiction. Okay. Now, garment reaching all the way down to his feet, okay? You see the brothers, during the highways and byways, all right? So the apostles and those great millstone, you see them, having a garment pretty much reaching all the way down to their feet, all right? So Yahweh Shai had on, a garment like that, all right? It says, and girt about the paps with the golden girdle. So, like, pretty much like a, how you see like a WWE belt, all right? You see like right here, it's for your core pretty much. So it's pretty much a golden war belt, It says, verse 14, his head and his hairs were white like wool. Now it's talking about, his hair, not his, the skin color of his head. It's talking about his hair, man. It was, his hair, is white in color and like wool in texture. Okay, and only so-called black people have hair that's like wool, not the so-called white man. All right, let's pull up a picture of wool. Okay, let's compare and contrast. Okay, wool. Get some images. All right. Now look, man. You see the sheep's wool. Okay. You see the sheep's wool. Now let's type in black man hair. Okay. I'm gonna pull up. Look, man. You see the texture. It's like wool, man. Okay, you even had it in a movie. I forget the name of that movie, man. But it's like a slavery movie. It's a modern movie. Okay, a modern slavery movie. I say modern slavery. It's pretty much, the movie ain't come out too long ago. All right, maybe a couple years ago. All right, man. It was, pretty much showed, Jake, being on the slave ships, being stole from, in Africa and be put on slave ships and brought over as slaves and stuff, okay? But, dang, what's the name of that movie, man? But pretty much, the slave master grabbed, so-called black woman's hair, all right, and it was like wool, It's like wool. They even had that in a movie, man, all right? Let me even type in the afro. Okay, black man afro. You see? Like wool, man. Like wool. All right. Now let's compare and contrast. Let's use the depiction. All right. Now, does the person you see on the left, does he have hair like wool? All right. Does he have hair that's like wool? No. Now, does the person on the right have hair like wool? Yes. It is just a depiction. Okay. So, what's the truth and what's the lie? Okay. Let's keep reading the scriptures, all right? Let's keep reading. Verse, and if you still don't believe that it's talking about his hair being white in color and woolly in texture, all right, you're gonna find out that it's actually talking about his hair, okay? It's not talking about the skin color of his head. You'll find that out. All right, it says, as white as snow and his eyes were as a flame of fire. His eyes are a flame of fire because he drank wine. Okay? Let me get a precept. You got to go precept upon precept. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine and his teeth white with milk. Okay? Now, back in Revelation, the first chapter, in the 15th verse. And his feet like unto fine brass. Now, brass is already brown. Okay? It says, as if they burned in a furnace. Now, last time I checked, you take something, you burn it in a furnace, all right, it's going to come out dark, all right? It's going to come out dark, man, all right? Now, it's talking about Yahweh's feet. Now, if his feet are one color, what does the rest of his body have to be? The rest of his body has to be dark skin as well. So, Yahweh, the Messiah, okay, is a so-called black man. All right. And this also goes to show that when it says verse 14, his head, it's not talking about the hair on top of, it's not talking about the skin color of his head. It's talking about his hair. Okay. So let's keep reading. Verse 15, it says, and his feet like unto fine brass as they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. And his voice is the sound of many waters, talking about his voice was, very deep and very loud. The so-called black man's voice is very deep and loud, man. All right? So, this is so matter of fact, hold on. We're not done comparing and contrasting. Now, whose skin color looks like burnt brass? Okay, matter of fact, let me just type it in online real quick. Okay, because people have put up images. All right, people have put up images. Feet burned in furnace. Let's look at this right here. It says Revelation 1 and 15, and his feet like unto fine brass that they burned in the furnace. Now at the top, it says, this is fine brass as if burned in the furnace. And is it white? No, it's brown, right? You know, almost dark brown, right? Now look, whose feet looks more like it was burned in a furnace? On the person you see on the left, you know, that white person, or the person you see on the right, you know, or the person's feet you see on the right, so-called black man's feet, you know. Ask yourself. Look, brass burnt in a furnace, dark. People have actually done this, man. Burnt brass before. Okay. Now, let's compare and contrast. Whose skin? Matter of fact, before we get to that, whose eyes look like it's red, man? You know, whose eyes does look like it's red? You know, this man's eyes look red. Nope. This man's eyes look red. Yep. Okay. You know, I don't even need to, put the picture side by side, man. I don't need to put the picture side by side. All right. I could just type in, I could just type this in online. Hold on. I could just type this in online, man. I could just type that in, go to images, and we can just compare and contrast with one picture. Okay? Don't forget, man, this white image you see here was modeled after Cesare Borgia. Don't forget that. And then they start whitewashing the images, man. Okay? Does his hair look white like wool? Does it look woolly, white in color and like wool in texture? No. Is his eyes red? No. Does his skin look like it's brass, as if it was burned in a furnace? No. All right. Do any of these pictures? No, not a single one. They put a black image, but the Messiah ain't have no dreadlocks, man. Okay. They whitewashed images, man. This is not how the Messiah looks. Okay. So yeah, man, if you didn't know, now you know. Okay. Yahweh Shai, which is the true name of the Messiah, is a so-called black man, and he's only for the nation of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Native American Indians, the same, and Seminole Indians, Salakia. All right. So, hey, man, with that, I'm going to give all the praises, honor, and glory to whom rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great Milson every well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Peace, which in Hebrew is Shalom, so Shalom to the elect.